don't deny there's some strange evolutionary process going on, but mankind won't be destroyed. The fact that you and I are working here today is evidence of that. Process going on, but mankind won't be destroyed. The fact that you and I are working here today is evidence of that.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, hello everyone. I am Erika Sukmadiarna with my friend
Rara Rauda Sakamardika.
Welcome to
Dipa.
Okay.
So today we have guests from Malaysia. What's your name?
Hi, my name is Syazwani Othman. You can call me Wani.
Hey, Wani. Hello Wani.
Hi.
From where university?
I am from UITM, Shah Alam, Universiti Teknologi Mara.
Oh
Yeah.
my. Okay.
Mara.
So what are you semester now?
I'm in my final semester.
Final
semester 6. I'm in my final year. So
You're
when I go back home, my degree is finished.
Oh
yeah.
my.
Okay. And in Malaysia, apa tadi?
Okay. So what are you doing here? You're
Oh, okay. So to tell you what I'm doing here, I'm interning here. With UAD. To fulfill my degree course, I need to do an internship for 4 months.
4 months.
Yeah, 4 months. So I decided to come here to Indonesia and to Universitas Ahmad Dahlan to do my internship here. So over here, I'm an assistant lecturer.
Assistant lecturer.
Yeah, so I help a lecturer here. To be specific, Pak Raden Muhammad Ali.
Pak Raden.
Yeah, so I help him in speaking and journalism class. So yes, that's what I'm doing here.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah. Okay, Wani. So you internship here. So why you choose Indonesia?
Why did I choose Indonesia? Okay, first of all, I wanted to do something overseas. Yeah. So the offer came up from my university. They offered, would you like to do an internship in Indonesia? I was like, yeah, I want to do something overseas. So yes, which is why I came here. The university offered me. And to be honest, I've never been to Indonesia, so I was very excited. Yeah, so it's my first time being here, and my first time being here is for 4 months.
Oh.
So yes, I'm very grateful for that.
From which month?
Okay, the duration was I came here during the end of March, and I'm going back home next week.
Next
Yeah, bye guys. Yeah, I'm going back home next week on Friday. I've spent wonderful 4 months here. Especially with you guys and all my other Indonesian. There's like background sound. Okay, but yeah, thank you so much for making me feel very welcome here. That's all I wanted to say.
It's nice to meet you.
Yes, it's lovely to meet you guys.
Okay, so do you have a culture shock in Yogyakarta, especially
Okay, the culture shock here.
compared with
Malaysia. Okay. To be honest, the culture is not that very different. We're pretty similar. Like that's what they say. Like Indonesia and Malaysia, kita serumpun kan?
Yeah, kita serumpun.
Yeah. So the religion, the culture, the celebrations like Raya, we're pretty much the same. But probably the difference is mainly the language. So yeah, it took me a bit of some time to adapt with bahasa Indonesia because it's pretty different from bahasa Malaysia kan. And then so yeah, that's my biggest culture shock, which is the language. In terms of actually the phonetics. Yeah, do you guys realize that over here the ABCs are different? Yeah, especially like you say A as in A, B as in
B.
and then
C.
Che. Yeah, I was not aware of that before I came here. I thought that everyone is the same ABC. So when I came here and then they told me to spell my name, I was like W-A-N-I. But then the person was like, huh? He didn't understand W-A-N-I, so he spelled it differently.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was another culture shock, which is the phonetics. So I had to adapt to that as well. I had to learn how to spell my name in correctly here so that other people can understand.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Oh my
Brainstorming.
interviews are nervous, guys.
I'm also. Me too.
Yeah.
This is first time. Me and Rara.
This is your first time here.
Yeah,
Okay,
we come
good.
across.
This is great. This is great experience.
Really?
This is not a podcast. This is girl talk.
Yeah.
Slumber party. You come to my house and then we talk, we gossip. Okay. Next question. Who wants to?
Okay, siapa ya? Okay.
So our topic is second language acquisition. Right?
Yeah.
So the first question is.
It's for me.
Yeah. Yours.
Okay, berebut yang.
Excited.
So excited.
Yeah, Indonesia, English is still foreign language, But
Okay.
I heard in Malaysia is second language, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So in Indonesia, English is a foreign
Foreign
language,
language.
and in Malaysia, English is a second
Second
language.
language.
Okay. This is mainly because, in my opinion, I think it's because in Malaysia, we've been colonized by the British. Yeah. So like before, during the wars, we were colonized by the British. So a lot of our academic system was influenced by the British governments. Yeah, so they came to Malaysia and they built schools like Methodist, convents, and they built them based on English education systems. So English was already implemented in the education system. So that's why English is a second language in Malaysia. In Indonesia, it's a foreign language because you guys were colonized by the Dutch, right? The Dutch, the Belanda?
Belanda,
Yeah,
Belanda,
Belanda, right?
Belanda.
Yeah. So that's why your bahasa is similar to Dutch. Like I learned that kama comes from the Belanda word of kama as well. So yeah.
So how is the learning process in Malaysia? You
learning-
start learning English.
Okay, we start learning English from, I would say, kindergarten.
Kindergarten.
Yeah, because in kindergarten, especially if you go to like English kindergartens, they teach you how to spell, they teach you how to read in English. Yeah,
The basic one.
the basic ones, exactly. The books that they teach you to read is in English and Bahasa Malaysia. Yeah. And then the spellings, they teach you in English as well.
So
the
it's
songs
from
you sing.
kindergarten.
Yeah, from kindergarten. Mostly in kindergarten. But it depends as well. In Malaysia, kita juga ada like kindergartens that are Islamic kindergartens. Yeah, where they learn how to mengaji from a young age. Yeah. Something like a madrasah here, right?
Yeah.
We have.
Exactly. Something like that. So it depends on the kindergarten as well. But I think mostly now, especially in 2024, mostly I would say kindergartens in Malaysia, they do teach English.
Wow.
So from 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds, yeah, they learn English.
Okay. So, in the elementary school,
Elementary school.
there is subject English, right?
Yes.
And it's divided to some. For example, is like grammar or vocabulary. And
Yeah.
Or just subject English.
Okay, so how English subject works in Malaysia is that in elementary school, you learn Bahasa Inggeris,
Bahasa
English,
English.
as a subject, one subject. But the teachers, they teach you writing, reading, speaking, grammar. All of that is within one subject, so it's not like separated lah. Yeah.
Okay, sama berarti.
Yeah, sama ya.
Sama.
But do you learn that in primary school here?
In my
Sekolah dasar.
No.
No.
I got
If di pesisir pelosok
Okay.
di tepi itu start from junior high school.
Junior high school, okay.
But in the city one,
Yeah.
it's from elementary school.
I see. Okay.
urban area.
Urban areas like Jakarta, Surabaya, and all that. Okay.
English start from elementary school, but in my hometown, in elementary school, there's no subject English.
Okay.
So if we want to learn about English, we gonna to take other courses besides school.
I see. So you have like extra class
Yeah,
outside the
extra
school.
class.
Oh, okay. Paid by your own.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's not free or anything.
Okay.
I see.
Now, how often you use English? Like in Indonesia, we just use English for the specific purpose, right? So in Malaysia, it's how often you use English.
Me personally, I use English most of the time back home. But to say as Malaysia as a country in general, I don't know how to say as a representative from Malaysia. But yeah, I would say that Malaysians, they do use English most of the time. So they're very fluent in English. I would say they know how to speak the basics, like to sell things. Like for instance, like if you know, like the sellers, the vendors that sell tepi-tepi jalanan,
Iya,
right?
iya.
Yeah, in Malaysia itu, we call them makcik-makcik, pakcik.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, right? Yeah, like Uncle Mutu in UK. Yeah, something like that.
Oh, Filipin guys.
Mention once. Like Uncle Mutu, you would see in Malaysia, he can speak English.
Yeah.
But not Uncle Mutu the character lah. I'm saying like something like an example.
Okay.
Yeah, someone like Uncle Mutu, they can speak bahasa Inggeris quite fluently, I say. So if you are a foreigner, for instance, and you don't know bahasa Malaysia, you can speak English to him, and I'm pretty sure he can reply to you and understand what you want.
Gokil.
Yeah.
Kekuatan second language ya guys.
Yeah, kekuatan second language.
Okay, now how you learn English? Start from kindergarten, right?
Yeah.
How you improve your English
I
there?
see. Okay. To be honest, for me, I started English from home because my parents, they are very fluent in English as well. Yeah. So at home we do sometimes speak English, but most of the time it's our mother tongue, bahasa Melayu. But other than that, in kindergarten, I've always been interested in English. Like I was a fast reader when it came to English rather than bahasa Malaysia. Yeah. So there's Peter and Jane books. Are there Peter and Jane books in Malaysia? In Indonesia? Ada Peter and Jane?
Ada.
Ada kan?
Kayaknya ada deh.
Like the books where they have like a lot of series and then they teach you how to read from book 1 until book.
The series.
Yeah, the series. So it
yeah.
starts off really basic and then it goes to advanced. Yeah, those books are very popular in Malaysia during my time in kindergarten. So I was very fast at reading that, and my teachers, they noticed how fast of a reader I was and how good I was at spelling as well. So they told me that one of my strengths in academically was in English. So I think that gave me like the semangat to like study more in English. So and then in primary school, I would speak English with most of my friends, and then in high school as well, especially with like in Malaysia, right? There's different races. There's Chinese and there's Indians. There's lain-lain. There's like Sabah and Sarawak and all that. Usually with my non-Malay friends, I would speak English with them. Yeah, so that's a good practice as well. Yeah.
Of course.
Exactly, especially when you speak. When you want to learn a language, you need to speak it. Yeah, you need to use it. So I definitely practice it with my non-Malaysian friends. Betul. Okay, and then other than that, I think a pretty big influence that I would admit is I watched a lot of English media. Yeah, film, movies, cartoons. Like from such a young age, I watched a lot of Disney cartoons, like Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Yeah, like and then Upin Ipin, I did watch Upin Ipin, but Upin Ipin it came out when I was like 7 or 8 years old, somewhere around that age. So even in Malaysia, Upin Ipin had an English sub. Have you ever heard of Upin Ipin being spoken in English in Indonesia? Ada kan? Ya, pernah nampak. But yeah, it's quite weird. Yeah. It's not to because it's probably the voice actors. Yeah.
The familiar one is Malay.
The form. Yeah, exactly. The original one is in Malay. But yeah, other than that, it was media consumption. The books that I read, the movies that I watched were mostly in English. So yeah, that's how I got the fluency. Yeah.
Really fluency. So in Malaysia, there's also some course English. Because in Indonesia, we have a lot of English course.
English course, okay?
Even it's online or offline courses. So in Malaysia, there's also have a lot of English course.
Online and offline, as in schools or as in university?
Di luar.
Di luar. Ada? Yeah, ada juga bahasa Inggris courses. Usually people don't go to English courses because it's already learned in schools. Yeah,
So they mereka nggak ngambil lagi di luar.
Yeah, nggak ngambil unless the student is not that great in English, then they would take like tuition classes. Yeah, and that's it. But if you're learning from A to Z, they don't usually go to English courses unless they're a foreigner, because they do learn English in school. So yeah, the basics they already have. Yeah, it's different in Indonesia. Of course there's a lot of English courses, right, outside of schools, because you don't learn it in school.
We learned English at school, but it's not really mempengaruhi kita.
I see.
Mungkin kalau di luar ngambil course di luar lagi.
Why do you think that that's a problem here? Like, kenapa mereka perlu ambil courses di luar rather than, why is the school not good enough? Is it because of the teachers?
I
Or
thought it's
in my
not
opinion,
enough
yeah.
when we just learn from the school.
The practice one is not nggak sesering itu gitu loh.
I see.
We just have English for a week.
Once a week. I see. Okay.
It's not every day.
For 1 or
Every
2 hours.
day. I see. Okay, so it's different. In Malaysia, it's a core subject, so you can learn it 2 or 3 times a week.
Wow.
But here, it's only once a week.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I understand.
And we speak each other with bahasa.
Bahasa, yeah.
Indonesia use many language, right?
Yeah.
If we use English, yang lain kayak nggak ngerti.
So
They
like,
don't understand.
Don't understand.
And feel like, apa sih kok pakai bahasa Inggris kayak gitu?
Yeah, they will like
Sometimes
side
people
eye.
Malah dianggap sombong.
Yeah.
Kayak gitu. Kalau
Sometimes.
dulu.
why? Because they think that they see you as a person that's like, what?
It's not common, I thought.
It's not common.
It's not
So
common.
like,
And we also learn about other language, like
Okay.
in apa ya, student in Java. They also learned about Javanese bahasa Java. Yeah.
bahasa Jawa.
So in 1 week we learn three
Languages.
language.
Wow.
Bahasa Indonesia, bahasa Jawa, and bahasa Inggris.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's information.
Yeah. So you guys are like trilinguals in school. Oh, okay. Tapi kalau di Sumatera atau Kalimantan itu bagaimana?
Nggak ada bahasa.
Kalau Kalimantan,
Enggak ada bahasa daerah. Jadi
Sis
bahasa
from
Indonesia.
Kalimantan.
Yeah, you're from Kalimantan.
Yeah, I'm
right?
from Kalimantan, and at there we not learn the Kalimantan language, the Malay language.
Okay, the Malay language.
Melayu kan sama.
Yeah.
So when I came to Java, I'm shocked when they learn the
Bahasa Jawa.
Jawa language. Yeah.
Me too.
So you too, in
Yeah.
Sumatera you don't learn
Yeah.
bahasa Jawa ya?
It's naturally come with ya dari belajarnya tuh dari lingkungan sekitar.
Yeah.
So the
definitely.
daily language we use the bahasa apa daerah.
Bahasa ya
daerah.
local language.
Local
Local
language.
language.
Okay. So would you say that you're comfortable with bahasa Jawa now?
I'm familiar, but
You don't speak it.
Yeah,
So you understand what they
Yeah.
say, but
Yeah,
you
we
can't really
understand.
speak it.
Really.
Like bahasa kasar, right? You said.
Yeah. Bahasa kasar.
Okay. Okay, next question.
Next question. Okay, so if the English is not mandatory, enggak. Pertanyaannya gini aja deh. Ada nggak pelajaran lain yang dipelajarin? Wajib.
dipelajari.
Apakah di sana
dipelajari.
juga ini wajib belajar bahasa Malaysia? Like Indonesian, we learn about bahasa.
Bahasa Indonesia.
Yeah. Of course. Di Malaysia itu juga you have to learn bahasa Malaysia, especially
That's
you
a
know,
structure.
from primary up until secondary school in high school. And when you reach 17 years old, you have to take an exam called Sijil Pelajaran Malaysia.
Apa?
SPM. Sijil Pelajaran Malaysia. It's Malaysian Education Certificate lah. SPM they call it.
SPM.
I heard that.
Yeah, you heard of it. Okay, so SPM. So to enter university, you need an SPM certificate. Or not, you can't enter university. You can't get jobs. It's impossible to go beyond school after that. So what you need to pass to get that certificate is English, history, bahasa Malaysia. Yeah, those are the 3 main subjects that you need to pass to get the certificate. But other than that, the other subjects, it depends on the students. Some students, they take STEM, some takes arts. So like, for instance, what I took economics. So during my SPM years, I took economics, business, accountings, like ACCA. So random, right? Like an ACCA student suddenly go into English. ACCA, accountings, and then all the basic subjects like Pendidikan Islam, Bahasa Malaysia, Bahasa Inggeris, history, maths, maths, and all that. So yeah. And then if you are in the STEM, you have to take biology, physics, chemistry. Kan di sini pun ada juga, right?
Ada.
Where you differentiate the subjects as well, right? Depending on the students. Or do you learn everything?
We learn everything since elementary school until senior high school.
So usually we got the
12 subjects.
14 nggak sih?
14.
14 subject.
How do you study 14 subjects?
14 in 1 week.
14
Wow, that's a lot.
Every 1 week we learn that all
14
the
But
subjects.
the curriculum must change.
Yeah.
The curriculum has changed now. It's easier now.
No.
The kids get it easier now, no? It gets harder.
Yes.
Padan muka. So, like, you studied 14 subjects in 1 week.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
How do you live? How are you here?
I don't know. I can live until now.
You
Wow.
can live until now. So yeah, it's something like that. In Malaysia, it's usually 10 subjects. 10, mostly 11 I've heard of, or maybe 12.
10 is mandatory.
10 is mandatory. 9 is mandatory.
9 mandatory.
Yeah. Some people take 7. It depends on the school as well. Yeah.
So 10 mandatory, right?
Yes.
And
but
you choose another subject to your passion.
yes, exactly.
Oh.
And then one of the extra subject that I took just for the passion of it was English and literature. Yeah, so I studied literature from high school for SPM. Yeah, during the examination, there were only 2 students in my school that took it, me and my friend. Yeah, English and literature. So, yeah.
It's difficult.
It's difficult. It's different from English. It's more advanced. The essays are longer. The novels are thicker.
Yeah.
Do you learn literature here?
Yeah.
You do? The high school.
No.
No, in
university.
Yeah.
In English education department.
English education department. Okay.
But because I love English from elementary school, I get the good marks
Okay.
in English.
Okay.
So when I want to go to the university, I took the English language.
English language education. Yes. So you guys aspire to be teachers.
Insyaallah.
Amin.
Semoga diberi jalan. Semoga dipermudah.
So, if you want to be a teacher in Indonesia, you have to take English education, or is there another pathway? Only English education to be an English teacher.
Maybe for to be a teacher in Indonesia, we now mandatory to take the another PPG like that.
Oh, like another
certificate,
examination.
certificate.
Okay.
So teacher certificate, we took the one year to get the certificate.
So after this degree, you have to take 1 year of another course to get the certificate. I see. Okay.
But if we don't take it, we can also become a teacher, but we call it honorer.
Honorer.
Just temporary.
Temporary. I see. Okay.
But you pass the certificate, you can have a lot.
Benefit.
Yeah, we have a lot of benefits.
More benefits.
Yeah, have a lot of
Okay.
benefits.
So you can be like a docent.
It doesn't
After that,
Indonesia.
is that one of the benefits?
Kalau misalnya mau jadi dosen, kita harus S1, S2, S3.
Yeah,
minimal S3.
Your master's degree.
Iya, master degree.
Yeah.
How's in Malaysia? Seperti kayak
In
gitu
Malaysia, to be a teacher,
Yeah.
English teacher. Okay, so in Malaysia there's different pathways. I believe there's 2 types of pathways. One is, okay, so after your SPM, after you get the high school certificate, okay, first of all, you need to take another 1-year course before you get into your bachelor's degree. 1 year or 2-year course. So there's different pathways. Some of them I would name is, what I did was foundations. I did Asasi Foundations, it's called. It's a foundation certificate. And then after that, moreover, other than foundations, there's matriculation. So it's another college where you learn whatever that you want to learn. And then there's STPM, another certificate by the Malaysian government as well. So there's 3, so you need to study either one. And then after that, when you get that certificate, only then you can get your bachelor's degree. Only then you can enter your university.
How long it take?
It usually is 1 year or 2 year, depending on the course that you take. So for me, what I took was foundations in TESOL, teaching English as a second language. So my course was 1 year, and then after that, I took another. My degree is in English linguistics. So yeah, that's the process. Usually 1 year, and then my English linguistics degree that I'm doing right now is 3 years. So 4 years of study.
4 years.
Yes.
If
If you
you want to be
want to be an English teacher, then that's different. From the pathway of TESOL, you can get into a TESOL degree, just like you guys, English education study program. But it's a degree for teaching English as a second language, and then I believe it's an 8-semester course. So it's 4 years actually. Mine is 3. TESOL students they have to study for 4. And then after that, they have like an examination, and then they go to internship in schools, just like you guys. They go to schools, they intern there, they teach, yeah. And then after that, the government will place the students that achieve the bachelor's degree into specific schools that they need to go to. So I think they usually place them based on the student's home. Which one is closer to their home? Yeah. So they get permanent jobs as teachers in the schools after the degree. So like you guys, you need to take one more certificate, right? One more certificate, and then you get into schools.
Yeah.
But in Malaysia, if you have a degree in TESOL, you can go straightly to schools. Yeah. Other than that, there's another pathway. You don't have to take foundations, matriculation, STPM or anything. You just have to take, you go into this one institution. It's called Institusi Pendidikan Guru. Yeah, so IPG, they call it. So in IPG, you study for 5 years from 18 years old. And then when you graduate from IPG, same thing. The government will put you in schools. Yeah.
sebenarnya sama aja ya.
Sama aja kan?
The duration of the
Yeah, the duration is pretty similar. How long do you guys need for your degree? 3 years.
4
4.
years.
Tambah dengan satu lagi
yang
tahun untuk
certificate.
certificate. So 5 years. Yeah,
5 years.
probably the same with IPG. Yeah.
But we need to, if you want to more benefit, we take, it's called CPNS.
CPNS.
The CPNS.
CPNS calon apa itu?
Pegawai negeri sipil.
Calon
I
pegawai negeri
see.
sipil.
Oh, do you need to pay for that?
Iya, iya nggak sih?
CPNS tuh enggak ada.
Enggak, belum pernah ikut CPNS ya.
Belum tahu.
One day, inshallah,
Amin.
inshallah, yeah. So, would you say that it's expensive to get an English teaching degree here? Is it as expensive as a medicine degree? Would you say? No?
It's quite different.
It's quite different, but it's still expensive.
Yeah. Kalau in the public one, private one,
Private one.
in here like in
What day?
Universiti Ahmad Dahlan, it's quite
expensive,
yeah.
okay.
But
it's
the
worth it.
Yeah, worth it with the
It's worth it, guys.
like the room, the
facility,
facility,
the facilities, the lectures. Yeah, I do notice that.
But if we took the public one, it's quite different for the facilities. Facilities
Yeah.
and yeah,
I understand.
Now it's worth it to take the private one.
Exactly.
Yeah, for me, in my opinion.
Yeah. To be honest, like I come from a public university as well in Malaysia. UiTM is public university. It's owned by, I think it's semi-government, if I'm not mistaken. So I would agree with you. The facilities in public universities,
of
even in
course.
Malaysia, is not as great as a private
Yeah.
university. Of course, 100%. The money is mostly given for lectures and all that, for infrastructure. It's not as great, right? To be compared to a private university. So yeah, I totally understand why you guys want to study in UAD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come join us, guys.
Come join us. Join them. Okay.
Tanya apa lagi ya?
Tanya apa lagi ya?
Ini ada Q&A.
Kayaknya
Okay, kita
Q&A.
masuk ke
Wow.
Q&A, guys. Q&A.
question and
Maybe we can open the YouTube comment.
Oh wow.
Maybe there is some question from our audience.
Oke, aku bacakan.
Ya,
Okay,
ya boleh.
silakan.
Mas
Azam.
Azam.
This from Afik Yusuf.
Okay.
Oh, I know.
Afik.
Afik Yusuf that go away.
Go away.
Are students at school in Malaysia using the first language or second language or mix?
That's a good question, Afiq. I would say depends on the school. Just like you guys, in the urban areas, like in cities like Kuala Lumpur, Selangor, or maybe the urban cities of different states, I would say that the students now they speak English. I think it's because the newer generations, Alpha, right? They call themselves the Alpha generations. They're very influenced by English media. Yeah, they prefer to speak English more than their mother tongue. I think it's because they find it cooler, or maybe the YouTube videos that they watch and the cartoons that they watch now are much more in English.
Yeah, in English.
So yeah, they find English cooler. So I would think that in urban areas, the students they speak English, but if you go to the countryside or maybe in what did you say just now? Countrysides, they're not as familiar to English as the kids in the cities. So yeah, I think it's a mix. It's definitely a mix.
I think our generation, Gen Z, right?
Yeah, Gen Zs.
Mereka udah realize to use English, and when they are married,
Yes.
young marriage,
Yeah, young marriage.
so they have kids, right?
Yeah.
And they thought they teach
Yes,
teach
exactly.
their kids
Exactly.
to use English
Exactly,
like
I understand
Yeah.
where you're going. Yeah, definitely. Especially when millennials and Gen Zs they have children, English is what they want to teach their kids.
Yeah.
I think it's because they see more opportunities when they teach their kids English rather than their mother tongue like bahasa Malaysia or bahasa Indonesia. And I do agree with that to an extent actually, but to forget your mother tongue, bahasa Malaysia or bahasa Indonesia, you shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
You need to
Yeah.
teach your children to be balanced in languages because your mother tongue is your culture.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wherever you go, you bring your identity, your culture, right? So when you want to speak in formal settings, for instance, if your children works in the government sector, of course the mother language is
Important.
Yeah, is important. So if they're not good at that, then I would say that you failed as a parent to teach your children language. Yeah, so you need to be balanced. But I do agree. Now Gen Zs and millennials, they love to teach their children English more.
And I think the kids in the age to mereka tuh masih di umurnya untuk belajar banyak hal. Jadi kalau kita mau mengajarkan mereka bahasa-bahasa lain tuh masih bisa gitu, masih gampang untuk mereka.
Exactly.
To teach a young age.
At a young age, yeah, rather than someone that's already 12 years old, 14 years
it's
old.
difficult,
Yeah.
quite difficult, right?
Exactly. Like for instance, if we want to pick up a new language, let's say we want to pick up Mandarin, it's pretty hard at our age to
Yeah,
pick up
of course.
Mandarin. Yeah, to learn another set of alphabet and a different vocabulary, and then the dialect lagi, right?
Yeah, benar.
It's very hard to learn at the old age. So yes, to answer Afiq's question, yes, it depends on the school. Yeah, it depends on the schools. But I would say English lah. Yeah, because kids nowadays, they love English. Okay, more Q&A.
Okay, okay, another question.
Another question.
The question.
This is from Derly.
Okay.
You wanna read
Familiar names.
Okay, he said that he had some friends from Mobile Legends, mobile games.
I see.
Mobile games, sorry, mobile games. And all of them are having a good English. You know, the friends that he met on mobile games are from Malaysia,
Oh, I see.
and all of them are having good English. Almost all of them. So in Malaysia, do they have more classes for English? Since it's your second language, right?
Yes,
Yeah. How is it?
exactly. Barely. The like I said, in schools they learn English as a main subject. So I'm pretty sure the friends that you're playing with in mobile games, they learn English in school. Yeah, so they know how to adapt to the language very easy.
So the teacher use English when
the teacher uses English.
100%.
100%.
even
especially in
it's
English
not
class.
English subject.
Definitely, there are subjects that are taught in English, such as mathematics and science.
Oh.
Some schools they teach
Which-
mathematics and science in English, and some in Dwi Bahasa, both languages.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in Bahasa Malaysia and Bahasa Inggris.
Itulah kenapa mereka sangat
Yeah.
influence.
Maybe bisa diterapkan di Indonesia.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think it's not just the classes. It's also the fact that you're on a mobile game. That means you are influenced by social media as well, right? You know how the internet works. And the internet nowadays, especially in social media, if you go to X or Instagram, it's mostly in English.
Yeah,
All
of
the content is in English. So I'm pretty sure the friends that you're playing your mobile games with, they're chronically online. Yeah, so they practice English most of the time.
Setuju banget.
Yeah. So di Indonesia juga itu boleh kan?
Boleh.
That's possible. Yeah, because the newer generations, you're on social media, you're on TikTok, you're on everything. So yeah, you just need to be exposed by it.
Okay, now I have a question.
Yes, can.
Since in Malaysia, English is second language.
Yeah.
So how about the teaching job at there?
The teaching jobs there.
English teacher.
English teaching jobs. So not just for English teachers, is that what you mean? I see. You can be a tuition teacher. Yeah, you can open your tuition center and then you can teach English as an extra class for the students. Like I said, some students, they are not that great in language, so maybe their parents would pay extra money to send them to a tuition class to learn more outside of the classroom. So yeah, that's another teaching job. Other than that, in kindergarten, of course, there's English teachers as well. I think they accept kindergarten teachers who are very fluent in English, not just Bahasa Malaysia. And then international schools. Yeah. If you want to be even a science teacher in an international school, you need to be fluent in English. Yeah. So yeah, the teaching jobs that are very broad. There's a lot. You just need to find it.
So
Yeah.
there's a lot of opportunity to have the job
Exactly.
in teaching English.
And I believe now that even in the corporate sector, this is from what I've heard, but I'm not sure 100%. Even in the corporate sector, if you have an English degree, even if it's education or something, you can still go into human resource. Yeah, you can still go into human resource because they find your degree to be very useful for their department. So yeah, not just teaching, you can go into the corporate sector as well. Marketing, publishing,
Yeah,
kan?
yeah,
There's so
same.
many. you can do with an English degree.
So, with Indonesia kayak gitu juga.
Ya, kayak gitu juga kan?
Kita bisa apply
Mhm.
dimanapun meskipun nggak sesuai dengan background study kita.
Exactly.
Sama-sama.
Sometimes you stray away from your degree. Like I said, my SPM, I took accounting, and then suddenly I'm taking English. So yeah, you stray away from it. That's normal. Okay.
Oke.
Ada pertanyaan lagi nggak?
Oke, ini ada pertanyaan lagi nih di saya sendiri mau tanya.
Oh,
Saya operatornya guys. Saya mau tanya. You know, I see your English is very well, right? It's really great. How? Let's take a long back way to when you were in, you know, when you were a child. How often were you exposed with English? I mean, did your parents play you some songs in English, or
Exactly.
did your parents I don't know, speak with you with English, or how often were you exposed with English?
Okay, definitely. Let's go way back as a child. Like I said, my parents, they are fluent in English, so they speak to me in English sometimes at home. And I think it's also the media consumption as a child. Like back then, you know how famous Hollywood and American songs were. I remember when I was 6 or maybe 5. You know Avril Lavigne? Do you guys know Avril Lavigne? Okay. You know the song Girlfriend? Okay, there's a singer. Her name is Avril Lavigne, and she was very famous. Yeah.
I know.
Skater boy. Yeah. So
I know the singer.
yeah, you know the singer. She's blonde with the color with the strand of pink hair. She was very famous at the time. Very, very famous. And I remember that as a 5-year-old, I know every single lyric of her song Girlfriend. And do you know how inappropriate Girlfriend is? The song? Yeah! The song was like, you're not supposed to be singing this as a 5-year-old. But I knew all the words to it.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how much media
The meaning
consumption I
of the
consume.
song, right? It's
The meaning of yeah, it's about taking another
Yeah.
person's girlfriend. But taking another person's boyfriend. But as a 5-year-old, you're singing that. I was like, okay. And my parents were like, okay with it. They at least she doesn't know the meaning, but she can sing the song. So okay. Other than that, it's also like the movies that I watched. I think saya jarang tengok konten Melayu. Yeah, as a kid, I didn't watch a lot of Malay cartoons. Most probably the only Malay cartoon I watched was Detective Conan. Yeah, Detective Conan, the dubbing was in Bahasa Malaysia. Doraemon, Shinchan, that was it.
Naruto.
Naruto I didn't really watch, but my sisters, they watched it. Tu pun in Bahasa Jepun. Yeah, Japanese. The original sub. Huh? Jepun. Di sini apa? Jepang, right?
Jepang.
Yeah, Jepang. See? You learn something new every day. Okay. And then, I loved Harry Potter. Yeah.
All of the series.
All of the series, all of the books. I loved it.
I love Harry Potter.
And then, as I remember when I was 10, you know, there's a channel called Nickelodeon.
Okay.
Nickelodeon, yeah, the orange one, SpongeBob and all
Yeah.
that. So I remembered after school, there's 2 shows, iCarly and Victorious. Very famous. I watched that every single day after school. So yeah, I think it's mostly the media consumption. Definitely.
Iya sih, benar.
Berarti untuk ngajarin anak kita
Ya.
bahasa Inggris tuh
Itu bukan saja dari
kasih terus konsumsi
Iya, konsumsinya.
yang berbahasa Inggris gitu.
Yeah, exactly.
Parentingnya.
You also see it in children nowadays. The ones that watch YouTube, especially in Cocomelon and all that, they're so good in English. Yeah, they're so good in English. They know the songs. They know
how to pronounce.
to pronounce the words exactly. So yeah, other than that, what did I want to say? Oh, other than that, I think the fluency actually comes from my accent. Yeah, my friends, they always point out that I have an American accent. You know where this American accent comes from? The movies that I watch, the shows that I watch, the songs that I listen to. So I pick it up from them. So yeah, it's not from an American person. I don't talk to an American to take the accent. I just listen to them.
Just listen and watch.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
very influencing.
I thought itu kenapa aku pikir
Uh-uh.
I'm still bad in my English.
Uh-huh.
I thought because when I was young
Okay.
age, I didn't expose with English.
Okay.
Itu lebih ke
Jangan
kayak
sedih.
bahasa aja enggak aku lebih emang ratu itu aku lebih apa ya dipengaruhi oleh bahasa Jawa gitu.
Yeah, because your father is Japanese.
Iya,
Okay.
and I don't like English. Especially I don't like English. To be honest, I don't like English. And I entered to English education department because my mother recommended
Okay,
for me.
okay.
So, yeah, I learned English apa ya
In
setelah
university.
iya di university. It's hard for me, but yeah, I will. Yeah, I hope I will master English as well.
Definitely.
Amin. Amin.
Everything I mean. Okay.
Okay. So you mentioned the kids was exposed to English via YouTube, right?
Yes.
How are you guys maintain that? So kita nggak bisa mengontrol mereka nonton apa aja.
yeah,
So
yeah.
how your parents
How
maintain
did
that?
my parents? Okay, to be honest, my time, I'm born in 2002. So when I was a kid, I was in 2007, 2008, right? When I was time 2, there was no YouTube yet. I did not have YouTube yet. Like, we didn't have internet at home. We only had TV.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was it. So my parents were not worried by the internet because at my time there was no internet. But now, okay, I don't have kids. I don't have kids. I can't speak on behalf of the people that have kids. But I would say that I do have nephews and nieces. They're like 6 years old, 5 years old. They watch YouTube. And then like I would definitely recommend to download YouTube Kids instead
Yeah.
because it's more controlled, the content. But other than that, you can't really control them. You know, like Gen Alpha now,
Yeah.
they watch Skibidi.
Yeah. I know.
Iya, Lara tahu semua.
Iya, tahu semua. She's a Gen Alpha. Saya Phobi. Kamu FOMO.
Skibidi toilet.
Yeah, it's stuff like that. You can't really control because it's a trend. If you go to school and you don't understand Skibidi, you're not cool enough, I think. You're not Gen Alpha, I think. Yeah. I learned Skibidi from my 7-year-old nephew. I was like, what the hell is Skibidi? And then he explained to me, like, Skibidi is this, that. And then he said, oh, do you know Ohio? I was like, what's Ohio? And then apparently Ohio is like a place where it's really bad there. So you would say that you're such an Ohio. You're such a person that's bad. Something like that lah. Susah kan nak faham. It's quite hard to understand. But only these kids, they understand. So if you don't understand that, it's hard to blend in with the classroom. It's hard to find friends. So I would not blame parents who can't control their children's consumption of YouTube. But other than that, you still need to control. Definitely. You know why? This is interesting. This topic is interesting. Because there's so many pedophiles these days. Yeah, especially problems with internet consumption where children are exposed to sexual content. It's very dangerous actually. So no matter what, you as the parent, you need to be responsible to control that content. Maybe like you set the settings on YouTube as like 18 below, PG-13 or something. And then other than that, don't let your kids watch the iPad or phone alone. Maybe open it on the TV so that you can control what they're watching. Yeah. But other than that, I don't have kids, so I don't know how to. I don't know how to advise parents on how to control their
Another
children.
question from YouTube, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. In Malaysia, when we want to be a teacher,
Mhm.
is it similar with Indonesia
Mm.
for teaching students? I mean, for teaching department students.
Mm.
Do they should they join the PPG?
Itu udah
PPG
dijelasin
itu apa?
tadi.
Oh,
Oh iya, itu sama kayak di Indonesia.
Ya,
4 tahun juga, 4
4
tahun,
tahun
5
juga.
tahun juga. Tapi mereka harus punya tiga sertifikasi tadi ya.
Sebelum masuk university.
Satu sertifikasi.
Satu.
Ya.
SPM. Or
SPM, and then after that 1 more year, and then you can go to your degree. 1 more year of any pathway that you want to take, foundation or matriculation or STPM.
And how to become a teacher for the question.
How to become a teacher? Okay, you need an English degree, definitely. You need an education degree. Education degree. So even if you want to teach math, you want to teach science, history, you need an education degree. You need that certificate, or maybe you can go to IPG, Institusi Pendidikan Guru. Then that's it. That's the only pathways: a degree and education, or IPG. And then the government will take you as a teacher once you graduate. So they'll put you in schools. You don't need a certificate after that. Yeah, you just need a degree.
So in Malaysia, Indonesia, we have like level for teacher.
Mhm.
Itu kayak itu berpengaruh tentang penghasilan, gaji. Kalau di Malaysia ada kayak level gitu nggak?
for the honor.
Honor.
Oh, I see. So if you have a master's degree, your pay will be higher. Like that.
gitu.
Yeah, definitely.
Ada juga.
Ada juga. So usually the teachers that have a master's degree and they go to and they teach in school, they usually have higher positions. For instance, they can be the headmistress, or like you call it headmistress, yeah?
Yeah.
The principal, right? And then the below headmistress, I forgot what it's called, but second, So basically, like the important roles of a teacher, the positions are higher. So and then you get extra pay, of course. And the longer you teach, from what I've heard, the teachers who've been teaching for 15 years, 16 years, I've heard that they can get payment up to 10k in ringgit.
Oui.
That's how much? Like 50 million, 40 million, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
quite a lot.
$10K dollars.
10k ringgit.
Oh, ringgit.
Berapa tuh?
I think
ringgit is 3,000, no?
30
Right? I think
Yeah, 1 ringgit.
30 juta.
Yeah, 30 juta, 40. Yeah,
For a month.
for a month.
Wow.
Wow. Denial, let's go. Let's go. That's what they say. You're not poor. You're just in the wrong country. Right? That's what they say these days.
Berarti sejahtera lah ya. Guru di sana
Yeah,
sejahtera.
it's quite a career to be a teacher there.
Dan di sana
That's why I was shocked when Azam told me the other day, the teachers here, how much do you get paid?
Just
3 juta, right?
3 juta.
itu berarti 1,000 ringgit.
Yeah, 900 ringgit macam tu, 1,000 ringgit. That's very low. Very, very low.
Aha.
Yeah.
Untuk kebutuhan sebulan habis.
Yeah.
Sebulan habis. Nabung masih susah sih itu. Susah.
That's why I think that's why the government or maybe the higher positions in the country, they need to put more focus on. If you want better quality of teachers, you need to pay them
You need
better.
to
Yeah.
pay.
Yeah, you need to appreciate your
Increase
teachers.
our pay.
Increase teachers' pay, because without teachers, you don't have
Doctor.
exactly
Yeah.
doctors. You don't have lawyers. You need to
Have president.
exactly. You don't have politicians. Exactly.
Jangan disenggol, jangan disenggol. Jangan disenggol.
Maaf, sorry. So you don't forget the people who put you there. You need to appreciate your teachers.
Okay,
Definitely.
another question from YouTube. Since in Indonesia, English is foreign language, and if we speak English in Indonesia, many people will mock us like,
Ya itu
so
tadi.
English lu, so
Iya
English
itu
lu."
tadi.
Yang speaker yang sombong.
Does it happen in Malaysia as well?
It does. It does.
Oh, yeah?
It does. Definitely, especially if you speak bahasa Inggris 100%. They'll be like, "Oh, dia ni kayaknya anak orang kaya ya." Something like that. Something like that.
Kamu pasti dari international school ya?
Exactly. Kamu pasti dari Jakarta ya?
Kamu anak kota ya?
Exactly. Something like that. They do get discriminated. I would say discriminated. I would say it's something like
Bully.
bullying. It's more like
Mocking.
Yeah, mocking.
Yeah.
Yeah, more like
So
mock.
it makes when
You uncomfortable to speak English,
Yeah.
kan?
afraid.
Yeah. But I think it gets better now since like
Better
The
now when
younger
you
engineering.
come to
Yeah.
Jogja or urban area.
yeah, urban areas definitely.
But when
Tapi
I
if
come
you're
back to hometown ya pasti seperti
Ih,
seperti
sangat
betul
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 banget
betul
sih.
iya.
But we use English in our daily life.
Exactly. It's okay to be bilingual.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you're rich or anything. It means that you know the language, and that's good. Yeah, you're not bragging.
Thank you Wani.
You're welcome
Thank you,
semua.
Kamu kayaknya udah terlahir menjadi guru ya.
Apa dia? I didn't catch you.
You're born to be a teacher.
Even my mom says that. You know, when my foundation was in TESOL, right? And then my degree, I chose linguistics. My mom was pretty upset. She was like, why didn't you just continue with a teaching degree? And I was like, I don't want a teaching degree because for me, when I learned TESOL, it was pretty boring because what I learned was how to mark students' papers, how to check grammar, how to check vocabulary. It was boring to study, and I wanted to study more of the language rather than how to teach people how to study the language. I love English as a whole, so I wanted to study like the characteristics. So in linguistics, you study the science of English, the syntax and everything. So I'm very interested in that. When my mother, she was very upset with me. She said, and I was like, why are you upset? I'm the one that's studying. And I was like, oh, I see you as a teacher, Wani. Yeah, I see that you have that quality of being a teacher. And I was like, it's okay if Allah wants me to be a teacher. One day, I'll be a teacher. That's what He wants. I'll be okay with it. So yeah. Other than that, you don't really need to be a teacher teaching in a school. You can be a professor, you can be a lecturer, right? Yeah. So that's what I'm trying to get. After this, I'm planning to get my master's degree, and then I'm trying to get into the academic line, maybe become a professor or a lecturer.
Amin.
Yeah,
Amin.
Yes, pray for me. I need all the prayers. Okay.
You have a plan.
I do have a plan, inshallah. I'm planning to stick to it, if Allah wills. Yeah. I mean, okay, more questions.
Question or
As a teacher, when you have a student like lower motivation to study English, bagaimana kamu
increasing the motivation?
increase the motivation of the student?
In your opinion?
I think,
Misalnya kamu ngajar di Indonesia,
Ya, misalnya
dengan
aku-
background bahasa Inggrisnya yang bener-bener masih low gitu.
yeah.
They think about English is difficult to
Yeah.
to learn to study.
You know, here, when I'm interning here, right? So I intern as an assistant lecturer to Pak Ali, and then in his speaking class, sometimes he lets me to take over the class. So I get the opportunity to do tutorials with the students, teach them some materials. What I notice is that they do have the interest to speak English, especially when I'm alone with the class. When Pak Ali goes away, he has a meeting or something, and I'm alone with the class. I do find that they do have an interest in English, but the materials are not as fun to them. So during one class, I played a game with them, and I noticed that they can speak English. Yeah, they prefer to speak English. So I guess the content of your teaching, it needs to be fun. It needs to be fresh and new. Maybe you can adapt games into the lesson, not just lectures, not just slides, PowerPoint slides. Those are boring, right?
Yeah.
But after the lesson, the students will be very sleepy and all that. So maybe you can adapt like games, quizzes, something fun, something new, because they're young.
Yeah.
They don't want to just sit there and listen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you need to do an activity with them. So I think one of the things that can really motivate them
Is
to study English is your teaching. Your teaching needs to be fun.
Azam paper. Teaching for fun.
Teaching for fun.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Azam does teach in schools, guys. He teaches. How old do you teach them? How old are the students?
I don't know.
Seven.
Elementary school students. So he knows a lot about teaching in a fun concept.
Those two girls.
Yeah, very soon, right? You're going to elementary schools as well, just like Azam.
No, senior high school.
Senior high school.
I'm afraid. I'm afraid.
I'm nervous.
I'm nervous.
already.
I'm nervous for you. No lah, but do this high school, secondary. Secondary is how old? 14, 15?
Secondary.
Yeah, 12 around there.
12.
Yeah, around that. 13
Yeah.
and above. Okay. So do they get excited when they get female teachers, especially the boys?
Maybe.
Maybe. I
But
see.
I don't think so. They will mocking us.
They'll
Maybe.
mock you? Oh. But don't worry about that. You need to take authority over the class. You need to show them discipline, I guess. Yeah, you need to show that I'm the teacher, you're the student. You listen to me and learn what I'm going to teach you. Yeah, you need to have that discipline in you, I guess. But you guys are so cute to be teachers.
Hey.
I'm nervous for you. Right? Like the 14-year-olds and 15-year-olds will be like bullying you or something.
Yeah, itu yang
Yeah.
I was thinking about it.
But it's okay. Always look at the positive side, I guess. Do you have the chance to go to an all-female school? Like semua cewek?
Yes, maybe.
Maybe? If you get that, that's good.
Kayaknya
Yeah.
campur deh. Mix nggak sih?
Mix pun
Maybe.
mungkin, yeah.
Bisa aja.
Because I came from an all-female school, all-girls school, from sekolah dasar up until high school. I've never been in a school with boys.
Oh.
Yeah, the only time I've learned with the opposite gender is in university. So I was like a big culture shock, like, oh, there's a boy in my class.
Oh my god.
But other than that, before that, my parents put me in an all-girls school. It's the same concept with my other siblings. All the girls go to the all-girls schools, and my brother goes to an all-boys school.
All school in Malaysia like that.
Not all, some.
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 Islamic
certain.
school.
Not Islamic schools. Public schools. Everyday
school.
schools. Daily schools. Yeah. They call it Methodist convents. Do you know?
No.
It's the kind of like the Methodist and convent schools that are influenced by the Christian religion. So usually the schools are placed next to a church or something like that. Yeah, so they're influenced by the British religion. So it's an all-girls school, it's an all-boys school. They keep it like that because of religion.
Oh.
So it's not just madrasah. There's other religions as well. So yeah, I went to an all-girls school, and what I found is that the teachers that I've heard from in schools, they prefer an all-girls schools and all-boys schools more because they tend to be less flirtatious. They don't flirt with the teachers. They don't hit on the teachers. They don't catcall or any of that.
Yes.
So yeah, so if you do get the same gender, that's really good. Yeah.
Meminimalisir. Kemungkinan yang terjadi itu banyak.
Yeah. But kids nowadays are like that. Kids are mean. Kids can be mean.
Yeah.
But other than that, you'll be okay. It's for how many? It's for how long? 1 month.
1 month.
It's okay. You'll survive.
Amin ya Allah.
You
Amin
will
ya Allah.
survive. Don't worry.
I'm worried.
You're worried a little bit. It's okay. If you worried, you call me.
Okay.
They flirt with you, you call me. I will scold them for you.
Okay. Kamu udah mau pulang tapi.
Yeah, saya scold through video call.
Okay, boleh.
Boleh. Okay, next.
Ada lagi.
Ada lagi?
Last question.
Last question.
Last question. How to become a confident in the class?
Yeah.
How to be confident in class. Wow.
For the audiences.
Because
Maybe it, mostly
Yeah.
from PBI.
Yes. Hi guys.
So you can recommend
How to be confident in class.
Yeah.
Mashallah. I think it's just my personality.
because I see you very confident in
Yeah.
front of the
when
class.
when I see you teach, you shining.
Shining. Shining. Like glowing. Okay lah. After this, I nak teach you all the time. I tak nak teach jam dah.
Boleh.
Okay. So to be confident in class, you need to be brave. My name is Wani. You know Wani?
Yeah, Wani.
Wani is
means
brave, right?
berani.
Yeah, you need to be brave. You need to put aside whatever bad comments that you think those people are gonna talk about you.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And then if you think that they're gonna mock you because of your what you're teaching, don't worry. For instance, like if you think that if you go to schools, right, and then you are placed in a high school, and then you're teaching English, and then the students are mocking you, saying like, "Oh, why is she speaking English?" Right? Don't put yourself in such a negative situation. Just be confident. What's ikhlas?
Ikhlas.
Do you know ikhlas?
I know.
Yeah, be sincere in what you are doing. And I'm pretty sure the confidence will come along the way. Yeah, you just need to be brave. Don't put the negative comments aside. Be loud.
Yeah.
Be
loud.
Yeah, you need to be loud. If your voice is too soft, they don't want to hear you. Yeah, kan?
Yeah.
You need to be loud. Yeah. And then that's it. I think you're asking the wrong person. No. Because it's just my personality. Yeah, I'm just a cheery person in general. I like to talk a lot. My friends think I talk a lot. They want me to shut up, but I don't shut up. So yeah.
But it's a good thing.
It's a good thing, I guess. Alhamdulillah. So yeah. Other than that, to be confident, yeah, what you want to do, put aside what other people think.
Okay.
Yeah, be confident in your English. Keren. What's keren?
Keren is
Cool.
awesome.
Awesome. Cool. Okay.
Keren.
Okay, maybe the time is up.
Yes.
So many we talked about, right?
That was
Wah.
insightful.
That was very insightful.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, guys. It's end of our podcast.
Thank you, Wani.
Thank you, Wani, for coming on today.
Thank you, Azam. Thank you,
And
everyone.
enjoy your last time in Indonesia.
Enjoy your holiday.
I would definitely. I'm going to Bromo, guys. Bromo, I'm coming.
Happy holiday.
Happy holiday. Yeah, my internship ends this Friday. So after that, I'm going on vacation.
Okay.
I'll never see you guys again. Just kidding. I'll bring you ole from Bromo. If I find some. What's there in Bromo? What's ole that needs to be bring home?
Abu.
The dust. I collect pasir. Gak jadi dia mana nyelam. Okay, Azam, for you, I'll wrap it up nicely and I'll give it to you. Okay, guys, see you in Bromo.
Okay, guys, it's time up. So thank you for watching our podcast and
B-Pod.
Yeah, B-Pod's podcast.
because don't forget to watch every our content in YouTube, Instagram, and
TikTok.
TikTok.
Don't forget.
Don't forget.
Then don't forget to like, share, and comment
Yeah.
in our videos.
Yeah.
And goodbye, guys. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye-bye.
mankind won't be destroyed. The fact that you and I are working